Hi, it's Shan here from Abbfabb Grooming Scissors. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to install the tension system if it falls out during a working day. I've actually got two different types of tension systems with me at the moment. So the first one is the raised tension screw. So this is where the screw itself sits above the blade. The second type is the flat tension system, which when it is in place is flush with the top blade, so there should be nothing sticking out above, and in order to adjust a flat tension screw you need the tension key, but I will go through that one in a moment with you. So first off, I wanted to show you what it is, what it looks like when the tension system on a scissor is extremely loose. First off, you have this sound, so the blades themselves are just knocking against one another. When you open the scissors themselves, the blade slams shut, and the scissors just feel very unusable. So I'm going to encourage the tension system to fall out. This has happened to a couple of my customers, so I wanted to go through this so that if it all falls out whilst you're in the salon, it is actually very easy to put back together, but knowing which way to put the washers together so that the tension system is put back in so it works properly again can be a little bit confusing. So I'm just going to encourage the screw to actually fall out. Come on, there we go. So when everything has come out, you'll notice that it has a barrel which has got a circular bottom to it. Obviously you have the two blades on the bottom blade, and I don't know if you can see it, but inside this hole here there is a white washer. Don't worry if that doesn't come out, just make sure that it's there still in place. It doesn't tend to come out, but just make sure that that's still in place before you put everything back in. We then have the silver washer, the copper washer, and obviously the difference is the colour, but not only that, the copper washer itself has got a tiny notch on it. Now this notch is what connects to the bottom part of the raised tension screw, and that is what actually creates the force to keep the blades together and for them to cut properly. However, they do go back into the scissor in a certain way. So first off, obviously carefully pick up the bottom blade. Now the bottom blade will always have the bumper on it, so if you ever get confused which blade it is, it's the one with the bumper or the stopper. Feed the barrel so that the circular bottom is facing downwards. Feed the barrel through the top. Now very carefully again, because this is the cutting edge, don't put your finger across it. Place the bottom of the barrel on your finger so you hold it firmly in place. Pick up the top blade. Now generally, especially with Abbfabb scissors, but it probably applies to most other scissors as well, the logo will always sit on the top blade, so you know which one that is. Feed that through and then close the scissor. Don't force it closed, but just close it. Then using your thumb, just gently press down with the finger that's holding the barrel and just hold them close and tightly together. Followed by then the silver washer, which may you don't want it in that direction, so it's actually got to sit like an upturned bowl, so it places like that. Then you place the copper washer with the notch facing upwards. I've done that wrong. With the notch facing upwards, obviously holding it very carefully to make sure that everything is in place. Then carefully start to screw in the jeweled screw, or if it's not jeweled, but the screw itself, gently start to screw it in until it feels fairly tight, to the point where you can actually let go, hold the scissor, the blades are all together, and then retest the tension. From that we obviously know that it's too tight, so we need to tighten it up. Still a bit too loose. Bit too loose. Now it's a bit tight. So that's roughly where you need the blades to be. So that's the raised tension screw. The flat tension screw is fairly similar, in as much as everything has the correct place. It's just the tension screw itself which is slightly different. So with a flat screw, you do get the white washers, which on this one have come out. So I will just place those back in, make sure that they're in place. Sometimes there's one, sometimes there's two. It doesn't matter. It just, what it's doing is creating cushioning for the barrel itself. Sometimes with metal on metal you can obviously get rusting, but the white washers within the bottom of the scissor actually help prevent that from happening within the tension system. So if they have fallen out, pop them back into place. As with the raised tension screw system, pop the barrel through the bottom blade, turn it out just obviously to make sure that the barrel doesn't fall out. Again, similar to the raised screw, you pop the top blade on again, close them carefully. Obviously not loads of pressure, but just making sure that your thumb and the first finger are just creating the pressure to be able to keep the scissors together whilst you do the next part. Now the difference between the flat and the raised screw is it's only the notched barrel washer, sorry, that you need. So you pop that in with the notch facing upwards, pop that back into place. Then with the tension system, the tension screw itself, carefully screw that back on. Now sometimes you can actually do this with your fingers to start with, but you will need the tension key. Find the two parts on the tension key that actually fits the notches themselves on the top, and then carefully just wind it in till you feel that there is some connection. This is a bit fiddly. And then once that's done, once it's tight enough to be able to let the scissors go without the blades falling off, open up again. Again, we know that that's a little bit too loose, so 1 or 2 clicks to the right to tighten it. Nope, still too loose. And just do that only once or twice, because you don't want to tighten it too much to the point where the scissors won't close, the blades won't close. So there we have it. So now both those scissors are back at their correct tension, and you'll be able to use your scissors again. If there's ever any questions, or if you get a bit confused, please never hesitate to let me know. I'm always more than happy to go through everything with you. Any questions, my email address is Sian, so SIAN at Abbfabb, ABBFABB.com. Thank you. Bye bye.